Minnesota Senate committee today opened hearings on a bill requiring schools to expel students who assault teachers. It's coming in the wake of several high-profile assaults on teachers in Twin Cities schools. Pat Kessler is at the Capitol tonight, and Pat, it sounds like it's running into quite a bit of opposition here.
Yeah, it is. You know, a lot of people have been shocked when they hear news about assaults on teachers, a lot of people around the state. But expelling students who do that turns out to be a little more complicated than it sounds. The Get Tough language comes after a series of incidents like this, where students reportedly assaulted teachers. The new law would expel the students immediately, and the teachers decide when or if the student returns to their classes.
Teachers need to know there needs to be protection. If they are assaulted, they don't have to face that student the very next day.
But zero tolerance is running into lots of opponents. Parents and educators predicted more expulsions for students of color. They are already disciplined at higher numbers than white students. And one St. Paul mother said the bill does not exclude students with disabilities, like her daughter with autism.
It would mean re-traumatizing children that are already dealing with a lot by essentially saying, we don't want you here.
The number of school disruptions are trending down, according to the Department of Education. But in 2015, assaults were up. 3,866 were reported, 8.3% of all discipline cases. But there's no breakdown of how many involve teachers. Despite opposition, Brown says he'll continue to push the Get Tough policy for teachers, he says, who don't feel safe.
This isn't a matter of just my heart being in the right place. This is a matter of sending a message to our teachers and our students that assault will not be tolerated in our public schools.
Meanwhile, a lot of other drama, political and otherwise, here at the Minnesota Capitol. During the last 15-20 minutes, the Minnesota House has passed a bill to extend unemployment benefits to all of those laid-off workers on the Iron Range. Earlier today, the Senate gave in to the House Republicans, and they passed a $250 million tax break to businesses. And tonight, 6,600 Minnesota workers on the Iron Range who have been laid off, Liz, can anticipate checks.
And I know that that's months after we thought it was supposed to happen initially here, Pat.
Yeah.
So when do those workers get the checks? When should they expect them?
Yeah, and that is a really big, important question, of course. The governor delayed a trip, an Easter trip, to visit his family out of state in order to sign these bills. They're going to be walked over to him tonight. He'll sign the bills. It'll take a couple of days to process. And here's the news for all the laid-off workers. They say that it will take a couple of days to process, but starting on Monday, you can apply for these. And by Wednesday, a lot of these workers should have checks in their bank accounts.
All right, Pat Kessler live at the Capitol tonight. Thank you, Pat.